Okay, so we're having a look today at G1 Gripper, one of the three Motorvators. It came out in 1991, right at the end of the G1 line, and it came out only in Europe and in Australia and New Zealand back in '91. They are the Motorvators. Basically, if you don't know about them, they are slight recolorings of the G1 Brainmaster series that came out in the Transformers Victory show in 1989, I believe. And those three bots basically combined to form Road Caesar. Now, when they came out in Europe and Australia and New Zealand, basically as these Motorvators, they didn't have those combiner parts with them to combine to form Road Caesar, so they're just individual bots. But they are very cool, they're nice and chunky, they're great little toys, and they're definitely worth having a look at. Now, I wasn't really too aware of these guys until last year's AA, when I picked up Lightspeed, and he was a really cool toy, so I wanted to grab the others if I could. The others being Gripper, this guy, and Flame. The problem is they're quite hard to get hold of, and they are quite pricey for what they are. I'll talk about pricing and bits and pieces at the end. Yeah, he's very, very nice. We'll just have a quick look. Move the camera over. You can have a look at the vehicle. It has very nice chrome for a 23-year-old toy. You know, the chrome is really, really cool. Rubber tyres. Split on that one, but otherwise they're all pretty much spot on, with these sort of spiky treads on there, which is cool. And yeah, it's a hefty, sturdy toy. It's about the size of G1 Chrome Dome, I would say, maybe slightly bigger, but it's a chunky toy. And here's his companion, which is basically like a miniature version of the big bot. If you look at the face sculpt, you'll see that in a bit when we transform him into robot mode. They were called Energon companions, or Energon robots. They rather than Brainmasters. Yeah, the Motorvators, they're basically called Energon companions instead of Brainmasters. And then it just comes to one accessory, which is this white sword, and you can see all the little raised bits on it. They basically could combine in with Road Caesar. The three weapons of the three bots could combine together to form a big sword. I haven't got Flame's weapon. Well, I haven't got Flame, so I don't know whether they can still combine, but I think they still can. If you wanted to put them all together to form a big sword, you could do that. So yeah, well, let's have a little bit of a closer look. Okay, so having a bit of a closer look at the Energon figure. Doesn't have a great deal of articulation. He can sit down basically, so he can get into his into the vehicle mode. But that's it. The legs are joined together; they don't move independently. The arms move like so. They move very, very nicely, very freely. You don't feel like you're going to break them. It's not like with the G1 Headmasters where you have to be really, really careful with the arms, and probably, if you're like me, you're kind of scared to move them in case they snap off. This moves much more freely than a Headmaster. Alt mode, basically, doesn't really have an alt mode as such. He sits in a compartment when the main bot is transformed into robot mode, and kind of automorphs into his alternative mode. But it doesn't. You can't sort of. It doesn't turn into an engine or a head or anything like that. You'll see in a minute when I transform him. So let's go ahead and transform Gripper into robot mode. It's a very, very basic transformation. Pull this back bit out. There's a bit of force. Pop these two bits apart, like so. I'm doing this quite carefully because there's a peg in there. When you transform it back into vehicle mode, you have to put that back in quite carefully. I could easily see that snapping off, so be careful when you're doing that. But yeah, there become his legs. Turn him around, just pop that down, And that's literally it. Arms come out. He hasn't got any proper hands, unfortunately. Has a bit of a chrome dome situation going on there. But that is basically robot mode. As you can see, he is missing a face though. But we will rectify that because this chest compartment opens up like so. You pop the Energon figure inside like so, and as you close it up, it auto-morphs up to reveal his face. And we'll just go ahead and grab his weapon, which can go in his hand like so. Nice chunky sword. Or you could have it like that if you wanted to use it as some kind of bizarre gun, but it obviously looks much better as a sword. We'll just sort his legs out a bit. And there you go, robot mode. As you can see from the transformation, articulation, very, very limited. It literally is just the arms. The legs don't really move at all. But he's nice and chunky. I mean, his transformation is very, very basic, but that's because, you know, the main body of the bot has to remain hollow for the gimmick, you know, with the Brainmaster reveal. But hey, he's cool. He's got a nice chunky G1 feel to him. As you can see, this one has got some sticker wear on it and some wear to his, well, to his groin area. I guess that's where the vehicle's sort of been rubbed along the ground. But I'm happy enough with it. He does look very, very nice. I'll just grab Lightspeed and we can line them up together. So here he is next to my Motorvator Lightspeed. Looking cool. Looking much chunkier than Lightspeed. Doesn't have the sort of piddly arm syndrome that Lightspeed has. But yeah, they are looking very awesome. I just need to get Flame now. But yeah, these guys are not a lot of people. I don't think many people are aware of these guys. Certainly, I wasn't until recently. They're very difficult to find, and also very expensive. Now, let's get Lightspeed out of the shop because we reviewed him before. You know, price wise, you can be looking to pay a lot. Basically, there's no ways about it. There's one of these on eBay at the moment with no Brainmaster and no weapon, so just with no Brainmaster and no weapon, so just the robot, going on eBay for 60 quid. There's the Brainmaster himself is going on eBay for about 35 quid. So realistically, you could be paying close to 100 quid for one of these. Now, in no reality is it worth £100. You know, it's not a £100 toy. I didn't pay £100 for this, and I wouldn't pay £100 for it. I managed to get him for 30 quid complete, which is a bargain considering that he's got all his tyres. Yes, one of them's got split on, but you know, that's the thing with rubber tyres, they do split, but it's still intact, it's still stuck to the wheel, it's not going to come off anytime soon. But £30 for that, I think I was very lucky to get that. But yeah, if you're actively seeking this guy out, you know, be prepared, you can pay quite a bit. He does seem to be the rarer of the three Motivators. Not entirely sure why that is, but Lightspeed and Flame seem to appear more online than this guy, possibly due to his tyres, maybe. I don't know, maybe it wasn't as popular. I don't honestly know why it seems to be rarer, but he isn't. You don't see many of them around complete on eBay and such like. Things to watch out for. I've pretty much said it already. It's the rubber tyres. As with any rubber tyres on these vintage toys, they are prone to cracking and splitting. So just be careful about that. And that's really the main thing. You know, look out for chrome wear. So this guy's got some wear on his chest plate, but nothing too major. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the review. If you like your Headmasters and your Target Masters and all things Nebulian Companion related, you will probably get a lot of fun out of these guys. I certainly am. So anyway, that was a quick review of G1 Motorvator Gripper from 1991. I've been PredaKing79. Thanks for watching, and I will be back again pretty soon, I hope, with another vintage toy review. Until then, goodbye.